Hey, it's Marie and welcome to the Crafty Christmas Sewing Special. And today I am so excited to start making a new pattern. It's a hat. It's super easy. So this would be a great sewing Christmas project for a new beginner sewist to share the love with the people she or he love very much and want to make something homemade, handmade for Christmas. The pattern is by Alice & Co. and I purchased a PDF download through the Fold Line and UK business, one of my favorites. I love watching Kate and all the information she shares within the sewing community, and I wanted to support their business. This was an easy download. I've already printed and actually printed a couple of sizes because I'm going to make a hat for myself, but I'm going to make a hat for family members and a couple friends. The sizes are small, medium, large, and extra large, and the pattern gives you the guidelines on how to measure the circumference of the head. It kind of the measurements go sort of at a slant as opposed to straight across, so you would want to pay attention to that diagram. One of the fabric suggestions or recommendations is wool, and I have a remnant. This is something I have been saving for something special. I have a remnant that I measured out that is approximately 28.5 inches in length and 15 inches in width. It is this beautiful traditional holiday, or I don't know, December, January, even into February plaid that is 100% wool. It is such a cozy soft wool, and it is on the reverse side the blues and greens and a little bit of mustardy gold. So, and then the front side has the blue and red and green. I love this. It is from Johnston's of Elgin in Scotland, and they sell in shop, not online. I checked online, but in their shops they have remnants, and instead of discarding them, they upcycle them. So they are in bundles and displayed beautifully throughout their store, and I was able to purchase one when I visited their factory and store this summer. Going to be perfect, and I'm really excited to try this pattern. And because I measured it out, and this particular remnant piece, I'm going to be able to sew or cut 4 panels, because you need 4 of these to construct the hat. in a small or a medium, it'll work. It's going to be a little tight for a large or an extra large, but that's okay because I really wanted this one for me. So yeah, I noticed a little bit of flaw, so that's one of the things that's discarded or excess from things, or there might be a flaw, but I don't care because this hat is going to be amazing. I'm such a fan of this business for their exquisite products that are exceptional, and also the fact that they are committed to sustainability. Another feature about the Copenhagen hat that was really appealing to me was the fact that you have an option to sew the seams so that they're hidden, which would create more of a rounded effect in the hat, but also you can have the seams exposed on the outside of your hat, which would emphasize more of these panels. So again, you need 4 of them. Let's get started, and I hope that you will also sew a couple of these for yourself, friends, family, and happy holidays. Alright, so in reading the pattern instructions, it looks like you can only choose between sewing the exposed seam method or the enclosed seam method based on the rolled bottom edge of the hat. So the most important thing to note in the basic construction of this is not to sew. You're basically sewing from the notch up. So if I can, from the notch up. And then you're leaving about 1 centimeter of space here, and there's actually some really tiny lines. Oops, sorry, it's off camera right in here. So you know where to stop because you're going to be putting a little bobble or a tie, which are adorable, so that is going to be coming through that hat. So you're leaving a little bit of a space here, 1 centimeter, and then basically just stitching down to the notch. And if you're doing enclosed, you're obviously going to match right sides together. And if you are doing exposed, you would match wrong sides together. So I'm going to go ahead and take these pieces to the sewing machine. I think I'm going to go for the enclosed seam method, and I want, there's that flaw, but it's okay. And I think I want the red on the top, and when I roll up or the hat, you will see the green on the bottom part. I think that would be cute. That was quick and easy. So I have the enclosed seam side red on top, 2 sides sewn together. That's what it looks like on the inside. And now I'm going to join right sides together and do the same thing, marking the notches and leaving a 1 centimeter spot on the top, and then the fourth side, I guess you would say. And yeah, it's really gonna be fun. Let's get to it. I'm so excited. What a cute little hat. So this would be what it would look like if you decided to have exposed seams, and it's super cute. I like it. But I'm most likely going to start with the enclosed seams. So it'll look like this because I want the red on the outside. And on the top, I almost matched the little, the square design, but the bobble or whatever that comes out of it will most likely hide that. But yeah, I got pretty close. So next step, let me just check it out. This is so darn cute. I can't wait to try it on. Yeah. Okay, so we are on step 4, complete panel seam. So it says turn the hat right way out. This is the right way, right here, the red. And turn the remaining seam allowance below the notches so they match wrong sides together. So obviously we're going to be doing this. And pin and stitch to finish each of the 4 hat panel seams. So it's just stitching that. And again, it's a 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So I'm going to be doing that 1, 2, and all the way around 4 times. Okay, so here's the hat with step 4 completed. That is just finishing the lower portion of the hat. I took a 1/4 inch seam instead of 3/8 of an inch because I did not cut at the notches as recommended, and it needs to align with the finished seam, if that makes sense. You can see it's in the diagram and it's pretty clear, but again, I wanted to preserve as much of this wool as possible, so I didn't want to cut into it or risk any fraying in the future with multiple uses of this hat. It looks great. Again, it's taking wonderful shape, and let's take a look at step number 5. All right, so step 5 is recommending that you trim the seam allowances, the excess bulk, but because I did stitch a 1/4 of an inch seam instead of a 3/8, I don't feel that it's necessary. Then it suggests for you to actually look at those inside seams and also to reduce bulk, possibly trimming those as well. I think I'm going to leave it as is. It doesn't feel overly bulky. This is super soft wool, and I think I'm just going to leave it as is for now, and then if at a future date I feel like I need to trim it up a little bit, I may do that. So now we get to move on to step number 6, which is, we're almost to the end here. On your pattern's hat for step 6, you're going to see 2 fold line markings, and just use those as your guide when you are folding up the bottom edge of the hat. So it's going to be folded up once and twice. Once and twice. And again, you're going to want to use the guidelines. And then it just recommends securing this roll with some hand stitching at the seam lines. So you can already see it coming together. So I'm going to go ahead and use the markings, press, and just make sure that it's lined up really nicely. and then I will tack it down with a little bit of hand stitching.